anybody, or by the husband or by the boyfriend, can be sold once land has been transferred. The one who originally had the title loses the right to reclaim that land. So if your father has given you land as a gift and all the documents of transfer have been completed, he will not go back to court and say, I have changed my mind, because only dead people don't change their mind. So that one is absolute. Two, if it is a gift, and this one I want to be very, very clear to men who are listening to me. If you buy land for your girlfriend and you register that land in terms of her name, when you differ, then you rush and say, I want to repossess this land. The court will tell you that was a gift. For example, there is a case, those guys who are in Sarova, right now, Sarova Stanley, a waiter got a Muzungu woman who came very old. She had worked for 52 years. She came to Kenya for 2 years. She bought land to that waiter. After 2 years, they differed. She went back to court asking that property she bought and the house she built to be returned back to the Muzungu lady. The court, Justice Otieno, said that that gift was not received by deceit, by fraud, by misrepresentation. It was a willing giver, a willing taker. Therefore, land cannot be reclaimed from you because somebody has changed his mind. Number two, there's a student of mine who said I taught her at Catholic University. Those days I was a lecturer, so if I taught you, then you are my employer because you are paying my salary for 4 years. Thank you very much. She asked this question: when does the 99-year lease start and end? How do you know that this lease is remaining 2 weeks or 3 months? In the registry, in the land registry, every lease is registered when it started and when it will end. That is within the records of the green card. And that's why it said a certified green card will tell you this lease was issued in 1922, it is expiring in 1940. So don't believe what the sellers are telling you. Go and yourself confirm that, because the reversionary, it is indicated. The document you are being given of a lease, it has what you call when it is remaining. That reversionary duration, take it very, very carefully. Three, I was asked about those who bought apartments or bungalows in gated communities under the old regime before the coming into force of the Sectional Properties Act. Under the Sectional Properties Act, there is what you call conversion from the old regime to the new regime. There is a procedure within it. I have only 6 minutes. There is a procedure provided by what is called the Rules and Regulations of the Sectional Properties Act. It is an appendix behind the Act. It tells you which procedures to be followed to convert from the old regime to the new regime. Janet asked, where does the buck stop? The buck does not stop on government. Under the principle of terrence, that the title, once you have a title, you are safe. That was not the principle as per a celebrated case. I'll deal with this question with the question of revoking of a title deed. In the celebrated case of what is called Dina, the case of Dina, it is a Supreme Court decision. everybody from Eldoret, the position was innocent purchaser for value. Mimi usiniambie, nilinunua and I believed. That was the law. Until this question went to the Supreme Court. And it is so simple. These people hived land, government land, and the president then, His Excellency, the late President of the Republic of Kenya, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, allocated the land to himself. He sold the land. So the people who bought argued that this is our land. We bought as innocent purchasers. The Supreme Court said, under Article 40, yes, private property is respected. But under Article 40, sub-Article 6, if the property was bought irregularly, then you have no business as the court to protect that. That answers the bigger question in this room. People buying land of government. The dinner case, and I'm asking everybody to go and read that case. Affordable housing is land of government. Can government sell that land? Did the government have an intention to sell land that was acquired for the purpose of the public good? So that is a serious question, and I will share let me give it to you so that you read the Supreme Court decision, which says government land cannot be sold. So if you are buying, and that is why I'm saying, you ask whether government sells land or government acquires land for it to develop public service. That is the decision issued by the Supreme Court. Let me give the case number for the benefit. It is case number, petition number 8, into brackets E010 of 2021. The deputy CJ, Justice Mwilu, Justice Smokin Wanjala, Justice N. Ndungu, Justice Njoki Ndungu, Justice Renaola, and Justice Ouko. Their position is simple. Innocent purchaser has died like Baba died. You must do due diligence. The burden shifts to you. If you don't do due diligence, then you are shauri yako. Wakili atakwambia ukweli. Then that question goes to Janet. He says, many people have done due diligence with our colleagues, lawyers, and they find the courts revoking. Yes, like accountants, not all of us are straight. Due diligence. Did you do diligence on your advocate? If you are going to do your job with an advocate who can't afford food, he will tell you everything is okay so that he can get fare going back home. Due diligence. The burden shifts to you. Cheap is expensive. Due diligence. If I want an accountant, I will have to do due diligence to get a certified accountant registered by ICPAK and who has a good standing and who has a track record. So all of you have a duty to do due diligence. Government has exonerated itself. If you sleep, and they call it the principle of an indolent person. If you sit and you keep quiet, the courts will not wake up and do that for you. That is a warning to everybody that let us be serious when we are buying property, because we might lose all the property that we have. Then I have my friend who said the community land in Maasai. Yes, Maasais, there are areas in this country what is called community land. Community land is registered under the county governments. it is held on trust for the community, the whole community. A few ranches have been exercised and individual people own them. Those are the only properties available to buy. So if you are buying community land, Turkana, Samburu, Kajiado, Narok, all those areas, you really have got to confirm that the land is outside the community land that is held by trust by the county government. Many people have been cheated, and that is why they are crying, because that land is not available to be bought. Succession. Mine has been registered. That is question number 2. Mine has been registered in their name. Any title deed you see somebody registered as a trustee, that person has no power to sell that land. A trustee is holding that property on behalf of a certain person. Many people buy land and they are told, anauliza, hii kitu inaitwa trustee ni nini? Anamwambia, wanasema, I'm the most trusted guy, so you can buy this land. Don't go that line. Trustees are holding property for children. And if you go to the root historical search, you'll find this is land of succession. The children were young, so they were given as trustees to hold for the children to grow up. So any land registered with a trustee, you lose it. Then we have the social media. We have the Syokimau demolitions and the historical search and the revocation of title. A title is not a stone. It will be revoked if it was obtained irregularly. A title will be revoked if there is fraud involved in the obtaining of that title. Many of you have bought titled lands of title deeds that came out of succession. And the succession was done because the law of succession says you can do succession where the properties are. Kenyans have properties in 10 counties. So one son goes and does succession in Kisumu to the exclusion of the others. They get the title deed, sell to you. Later, another son or another daughter goes to court and files an objector proceedings. They revoke that title, they revoke the grant, and therefore the title that you have is a paper. Then you are saying, why? Be very careful on the person selling that land to you. If it is a succession matter, check whether there are proceedings in court to revoke that grant. 2, in succession proceedings, people are so fraudulent. You know now, daughters are coming back who were married and they have been either relationships are broken, they are coming back. They are going to court and saying, our brothers took land, they sold this land. Look at the case of Mbioko Inange. This is a 1974 death. It was settled 2 years ago or last year. People who bought properties, the courts told them there's nothing called innocent purchaser for value. I'm not scaring anybody, but I'm telling you the truth. Be very slow when you are dealing with that. Thank you.
Wakili, we need to...
1 minute. ELC Court, Peter Kiere have answered the dinner matter. Subdivisions and the mother title. The mother title must be surrendered. What do the fraudsters do? They take the mother title, put it in a bank. Then they go to the police and say, our house got burned, we lost the mother title. It was burned or it was stolen. They go the new process, it goes to the Kenya Gazette, it is gazetted, they have another title deed. That is the title deed that they are telling you you are buying from. If you go to the record, you'll find there is a duplicate title deed that was issued because the first one got lost. That is why I'm telling you, don't trust what you see. Lastly, my classmate Oyasi, thank you. We were classmates from 1987 to 1990 when we graduated with a degree in education. Thank you very much for the accountants for listening to me, and I wish that you are more brighter in terms of the law. I return back to you, the moderator. Thank you very much.
Absolutely, thank you. Please give him a hand of applause. Thank you so much, Wakili. And then we can have a parting shot from